Hi, I'm Beverly, and welcome back to the Caregivers Table. I'm so glad you're here. If you're caring for a loved one, a parent, a spouse, a child, or even a friend, this space is for you. Each week, I share a few minutes of encouragement, a simple tip, stories from my own caregiving journey, and the honest truth about caregiving that people don't always say out loud. And through it all, a gentle reminder, you don't have to walk this road alone. So take a breath, settle in, and let's spend a little time together at the Caregivers Table. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on something many caregivers feel, but rarely name out loud. That slow emotional drain, that dimming of compassion, those hidden burnout signs that sneak up on us while we're busy taking care of everyone else. If you've been feeling more tired than usual, more irritable, more numb, or even guilty for not feeling like yourself, this episode is for you. You're not alone, and you're not failing. You're human, and caregiving is heavy work. I want to start with a moment from my caregiving journey with Phil. It was one of those long medical appointment days, the kind that drains you before you even get out the door. I had been up most of the night helping him through pain, and by morning, my compassion felt thin. I remember standing in the kitchen, hearing him call for help, and instead of moving toward him like I always did, I froze. Not because I didn't love him, not because I didn't care, but because I was empty. When I finally walked in, Phil turned his head towards the sound of my footsteps. He couldn't see my face, but he could hear everything in my voice. The strain, the fatigue, the heaviness I was trying so hard to hide. And in that gentle way he had, he said, "Beverly, you sound tired." That was all it took. I burst into tears, not because of the exhaustion, but because I felt guilty that my compassion had dimmed. That moment taught me something. Compassion doesn't disappear all at once. It fades quietly when we're carrying too much for too long. Caregiver burnout really starts with dramatic signs. It begins in the small shifts. You sigh more often. You feel numb instead of tender. You react instead of respond. You stop noticing your own needs. You feel guilty for wanting a break. These are not signs of weakness. These are signs of overload. An overload is not a character flaw. It's a human limit. I felt this again recently with my mom. We were out in public and she became confused, more than usual. I could feel my patience thinning, not because I didn't love her, but because I was just emotionally stretched. Later that night, I sat on the edge of my bed and realized I wasn't just tired, I was drained. Caregiving for someone you love deeply can still wear down your emotional reserve. Love doesn't prevent burnout. It just makes us hide it better. So let me normalize this for you. If your compassion has dimmed, if your patience feels shorter, if your heart feels tired, if you're running on autopilot, you are not failing. You are not unloving. You are not losing it. You are a caregiver who needs care too. Burnout is not a verdict, it's a signal. A whisper from your soul saying, "Please slow down. I just need a moment." Here is a scripture verse that always gives me hope. Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Even when your compassion feels thin, Even when your strength feels gone, God's strength does not run out. His compassion towards you never dims. You are held, you are seen, you are supported, and you are loved. Here's one simple practical tip you can try this week. Name your drain. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what drained me today? What filled me today? What do I need tomorrow? Caregivers often skip this step because we're focused on everyone else. But naming your drain helps you catch burnout before it becomes a crisis. Even 5 minutes of honest reflection can restore compassion in ways you don't expect. If you ever wanted to start journaling but did not know where to start, these are great questions to begin your journaling journey with. If no one has told you this week, you are doing difficult work. You are carrying more than most people will ever understand, and I thank you for that. Even on days when your compassion feels dim, your heart, it's still beautiful, still giving, still trying. That is enough, and guess what? So are you. Before we close, I want to remind you of this. You are not meant to carry every part of this journey. You are not meant to hold every fear, every emotion, every outcome. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to let God carry what is too heavy for you. You are doing emotionally hard work, but you are not doing it alone. Thank you for joining me today. I hope something you heard gave you strength for the next step in your journey. Remember, you are doing meaningful work even when no one sees it, and you are not alone. If you'd like to connect or share your caregiving story, you can find me in the Caregivers Gathering Place of Hope on Facebook, a community where you do not have to pretend to be strong all the time. And if you'd like more encouragement, my cookbook on Amazon, Comfort and Care, a caregiver's cookbook, offers both easy recipes and everyday hope. If a part of this episode spoke to you today, I would love to hear from you. Please email me at thecaregiverstable@yahoo.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time at The Caregiver's Table.